Welcome to Terra and Friends Unedited. We're continuing with our producer spotlight today, and we have John Green and Tiffany Smith, producers of the Green on Green show here.
Green on Green.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming. So, John, you're the producer of this show.
I am.
And Tiffany, you're a newer addition, co-host.
Yes,
Is this
co-host.
And what brought you to the media center, I guess, as a producer?
Gosh, the path to the media center. I had gotten involved in some different video productions to aid my company with some different things I was doing. And I guess, first of all, I had gotten involved with YouTube videos. And early on, they were just very primitive, you know, the $50 cam on top of the computer, and I'm just talking into the monitor, and they were pretty cheesy, pretty, you know, just cheap and easy. And I was really intrigued by just how easy it was to put video stuff out on the web and get it out there in the cyberspace and to use it for educational purposes, to show other people about how easy it is to build things, construct new homes, do green building, do a multitude of things. I'm into some volunteer work in the community and also use the videos as part of that and part of some other type things relative to the, I guess you would say, the eco effort in the community and greening everything up. So I've got a lot of different things I'm into. And through those adventures in some of the other things, some of the amateur filmmaking, some of the videos for the eco stuff, I met some of the producers from down here at URTV that had gotten involved in some of my things.
Interesting.
And through that relationship, they said, you know, you need to take this stuff to the next level. Come down here, become a producer at URTV, go through all the classes, the orientations, become a producer. And you'll learn a lot. You'll meet other people that can teach you things, and you can kind of take what you're doing to the next level. And so that's what I did, and it's just been a great adventure.
And how long have you been here as a producer?
About 8 months. The Green on Green show is in the second season. And of course, as you know, my brother Richard did the show with me the first season. And he just got into some other things, got kind of busy. And so for this second season, I wanted to change the show a tad and add more of a diversity, talk more about home renovations rather than just purely new construction, and kind of broaden it out so that we can reach more people and make more of an impact on the community for green building. And so that's why Tiffany, with her background, was just a great addition to the show. So she's a new co-host, and she really brings a lot to the show, and I'm just really excited that she's here with us.
Well, thank you, John. And I am really happy to be on the show. And my background is in sustainability and in general. My undergrad work was in environmental policy, and then my grad work is twofold. One is a master's in community leadership with a sustainable community emphasis.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And the other is a green MBA. So with that coursework behind me, that influences everything I do, including the building projects I've worked on. So I've done lead new construction, historic building, which was really an interesting thing to try to combine lead in a historic context. And for those of you who are not familiar, LEED is L-E-E-D. It stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, and it's a national certification. There are other local certifications here that I'm looking forward to working more with. Healthy Built Home is especially one of those.
Wow. Now, had you been in Asheville, or are you new to Asheville?
I have been in Asheville since October 2009, so very new to the area. So I'm originally third generation Floridian. However, I did all of my sustainability curriculum out west because it was difficult to find that kind of academic content in Florida. So I lived in Northern California for 5 years, and that was quite a hub and an incubator for environmental thinking, sustainability leadership, a lot of natural building there, not as much green certified emphasis, at least when I was there. Certainly now LEED has taken on a bigger role there.
How have you found your adjustment to the Asheville area coming from California?
Well, I wasn't direct because I did go back to Florida to try to bring a lot of the sustainability tools that I studied and learned in California back to Florida, and I was successful in many ways. I upgraded policy there through a green government program I was administering as an independent consultant as well, so my work there was meaningful. However, I really wanted to be around a more synergistic community where there are other professionals like John. So, I move here and I start meeting these other folks who are doing wonderful things who I can work with. And I'm quite involved in the community. I am a board member for the Green Building Council here in Western North Carolina. And I'm also a development advisor to Blue Ridge Sustainability Institute. So I'm between between these three community involvement opportunities, I'm reaching a larger audience with the message of sustainability and how holistic that message is. So that's particularly why I'm interested in the Green on Green show, because I can bring the big picture of sustainability to the built environment, and the idea of reaching so many people is what I'm all about.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really so much of that sustainability issue, like you said, is holistic because it's tied into a broader framework. And a lot of times I think we tend to just separate that out and say, we're going to be sustainable here with food or here with this one aspect of building, but you're saying it's the whole community that could be more sustainable.
Well, exactly. And the one thing, next week we're doing a show out at ABCCM. And the show's focus is going to be on their new Green Jobs program that they've implemented, and they're really getting it up and running. And that program, of course, is federally funded, and they're going to be training 300 to 500 people here in the community on an annual basis to get into green-related jobs, weatherization, home energy rating, and just a slew of other things relative to green building, green renovation, weatherization, things of that nature. And I just think it's great how this stuff is spreading into the community. And my background as an engineer is one reason I originally got into green building, because green building is smart building. It's how you really think about the home as a whole system. And you think about how you're going to build, how you're going to renovate that home in the smartest, most sustainable, energy efficient manner. And not only that, but health plays into it. And Tiffany and I were talking earlier when we were having a cup of coffee, and we were talking about the health issues that go into a house. And a lot of people purely want to think about certain things when they think about green buildings. Some people's focus is purely energy efficiency. Some people it may be on water conservation. Some people it may be on sustainable materials and using recycled materials in the home. But and it all plays into, but one of the most important aspects is the air quality in a home. And that is just so important for your health. In fact, we've got an upcoming show we're going to do on that and explain to people that you spend roughly 90% of your time indoors. And people do not realize that the air indoors is so much worse than the air outside, even in a smog-infested city. The air indoors is just terrible. And so it can be a huge health issue. So you really need to be thinking about that as part of the home as a system.
Now, how long have you been building the green homes?
Here about 4 years. I was an engineer in corporate America for a lot of years and built a lot of different things. And once again, being an engineer, I'm just one of those nuts and bolts kind of a guys that I like to really plan things out to the last detail and like to have it all laid out on paper and have a game plan. And that's one reason too I like green building so well is it forces you to really think about every aspect of what you're doing on that home, that piece of land that's going on, how the house is going to be oriented, the type windows, the type insulation. And you have to put a lot of thought and planning into it. And that's, another thing Tiffany and I were having a conversation on today, said it's really all about the planning. You've got to have a good plan of attack, because if you don't have a good plan, you're going to fail.
Yeah, I love this quotation about if you don't know where you're going, you're sure to get there. Sort of if you start off with no plan, you're not going to end up with the house.
And I like that one. And the other one I liked is you know, how's it go? Without a plan, you plan to fail if you fail to plan. You know, that's another good one, because it's true. And I tell people, don't try to do it all. You know, if you're going to build or renovate a greenhouse, get some experts involved that know what they're doing and can guide you and help you plan it. Because as a builder, I have so many people that come to me, and they'll come with a home sketched out on a bar napkin. And a guy or his wife will say, here, this is our home we've dreamed up, and we want you to build this for us. And the first thing I tell them is, well, we're going to have a little bit better set of plans than that. And I'm a firm believer that, you know, with whatever you're doing, get experts involved. If you're building a house from scratch, get a good architect, or at a bare minimum, a good home design a planner to draw you a set of good plans, because there are a lot of fine builders in the community. But if they don't have a good set of plans to build off of, you may not get what you think you're going to get, or you may not get the best house in the world. But there are many guys, given a good set of plans, they're going to be able to execute those plans just the way they're drawn and designed. But it's all about that planning stage.
That's really interesting. Now, how did the two of you decide to do the show? How did you connect when your brother decided not to do the show anymore? Then did you consider doing a show by yourself? Did you put out a call for
Well, I kind of put it out there in cyberspace, and basically, you know, outlined what the show was about, and the vision that I had to kind of take the show to the next level, and the type individual that I was looking for to do the show with me, you know, and of course wanted to be aligned with the same values, same type knowledge base, this, that, and the other. And so, you know, had quite a few respondents that came back after I kind of put it out there, and, you know, talked to several people. And I just felt, you know, with Tiffany, with her background, it was very strong in green building, and felt like it was well aligned with my background and where the show needed to go, and, you know, to get it out there in the best manner.
Well, my version of that story is, well, my partner just comes in as we're winding down and getting ready to settle in for the night, and he's been job hunting. So he ran across the post, and he said, "Baby, you got to come read this. You'd be perfect for it." And so I thought, oh, okay, well, where is this? And who is this? And as soon as I started doing a little more research and finding some of the old clips of the shows, I saw that John and his brother were reviewing a lot of the topics that I've already dealt with and have a level of comfort with, and want to share more about and want to learn more about. That's the other thing that's exciting. I'm such a big picture person, and John is very technical, so I think we make a really good match in that respect. We complement our skills, and our backgrounds complement each other for the show.
Well, I think that's wonderful. I mean, I get that you need the big picture as well as the detailed person. So what does your show actually look like? If viewers are interested in seeing your show, what do they expect? Do you sit around a table? Are you on site? Are you, what's the format for your show?
Well, for now, it's mainly done in the studio, where we're sitting at a desk. Actually, the desk we've got, the table, is made out of some 100-year-old reclaimed wood out of an old church that was deconstructed down in the Tryon area. Wow. But that's also part of the vision for the second season, and hopefully the third season of the show, is we are going to do more remote tapings of the show, go out, look at projects as they're being done in the community, showcase different green builders. So we do have that vision to take it to the next level and to really get deeper into the community. And that's, of course, why next week we're going out to ABCCM. We're going out to their facility on Tunnel Road, where they've got the Green Jobs program all set up, and we're going to interview them and talk about that program.
And you're pretty involved with ABCC.